for
Ah.
those extra items anyway.
And this is
Action.
action. So there is a potential for loss without it. Or at least it seems that way. Well, we'll get into that detail next meeting. Thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Barry.
Barry.
Though I don't think we are prepared to make a decision yet. Steve, the bottom line is that there's some very interesting information. I think needs careful review and further fact-finding before we make the decision on whether we go a la carte or not.
Okay, can we share it a little bit sooner then? or-
No, I think
Yeah.
I just did, is that it appears that when what gets approved, in all the cases, was running 65, 66%. And then we collected from Blue Cross 102 and from all the others was like 99 or 98%. Right. So the concern is that if they've capped it and we've taken out the a la carte, we could be losing money.
Unless they look at an à la carte billing differently than a
Well,
flat
maybe,
rate.
maybe.
Rather than a flat
Maybe,
rate.
yeah,
right?
maybe.
I mean, if they look at a flat rate as a flat rate.
Right. So we need to get, we need to go and get an answer to that. And there are people that, have come to the ALS meetings that are experts in this area and have this kinds of information. We just never asked that question. At least I don't recall asking that
Not
question.
directly, only that the gentleman from Pro EMS indicated that he saw no harm, and actually his company bills out with the flat rate, the rates that are higher than what he's proposed
Mhm.
that we should raise our rates to.
Well, then I would ask him, based on his rates, what he actually collects.
Right.
Then that would answer the question.
So who's gonna have to do that?
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So other than town council's opinion, that's the only other issue that we have to address.
Right.
We should be ready, one way or the other, for our next meeting to move forward.
Greg, do you have anything else?
I have my report, but I'd like to wait until the board members go through your business. And
Okay.
you have three
All
or
right,
four
I think we can get
pages
through,
of
we've got, okay, we have the minutes of February 1st, 2010, regular. Mr.
Sure.
Yule.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the February 1st, 2010 regular session minutes as written.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, second by Mr. O'Leary. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? We have the minutes of February 16th, 2010, regular. I will be abstaining on both regular and executive session on these, since I
Mr.
wasn't present.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the February 16th, 2010 regular session minutes as written.
Motion by Mr. Yule, do I hear?
Is there a friendly amendment?
No, I'll make,
Well, I was just gonna say, you could just tell them and.
yeah, well, yeah,
Okay, that's
I
it.
did tell him, but I should mention what it is.
Yep.
A second. Okay.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Yule, second by Mr. O'Leary, and there's an amendment to
Yes,
Mr.
yes, I'd like to amend those minutes, Mr. Chair. On page 3, on the advanced life support discussion, the vote was 3-1. The one was Mr. O'Leary, that's just absent in the printing. So just add that in,
Mr. O'Leary was what?
right here. The vote was 3-1.
Yeah.
And whenever we have one that's
No.
not in the majority, the name is listed.
Oh,
Right.
no.
It's just a matter of listing a name, that's all.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
I
it.
made the change.
Okay. Change has been made. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And I abstain. Next executive session of February 16th. Mr. Yule,
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the February 16th, 2010 executive session minutes as written.
Second.
motion by Mr. Yule, second by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And one abstention. And we have now the special meeting of February 27th, 2010.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the February 27, 2010 special session minutes as written.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, we have correspondence sheets. Want anything, pass it down. We have a support letter for Stand for Children, which they're asking each and every one of us to sign. How is that supposed to work, Greg, do you know?
Sorry, what is that?
On the Stand for Children?
The letter?
Yeah,
Oh, the letter just needs to be endorsed by the board.
okay, so we just, on a vote of the
Yes.
board? Okay.
Yes.
Stand is clearly turning up the heat on our legislature associated with getting some changes made to let us benefit manage our insurance and other items. So, do you have that motion? The letter is sent to, I believe, to,
Do you want to read this?
sure, why don't we read it? Good idea. You want me to read it? or-
I can read it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's two letters, both identical.
If they're identical, then we'll read one.
We'll
and,
read one, yes. Okay, one is to Representative Bradley H. Jones Jr., and the other one is to Senator Bruce E. Tarr. Dear Representatives, cities and towns throughout the Commonwealth are cutting services and laying off teachers, police, and firefighters, and other municipal employees. Yet at the same time, communities are forced to leave $100 million or more of potential health benefit savings on the table. Money that could save those jobs and preserve essential school and municipal services. Municipal health benefit reform is the single most significant spending reform you can offer cash-strapped cities and towns, and we need it now. The state's experience with the Group Insurance Commission, GIC, proves that it is possible to offer employees excellent benefits at a lower cost. But in order for the cities and towns to achieve the same results as the state, we need to give mayors and town managers similar authority to make cost-saving plan design changes or to join the GIC. Employees' interests will be protected by benchmarking their redesigned health plans against those enjoyed by state employees and by allowing the creation of health reimbursement accounts, HRAs, for the communities joining the GIC. A recently published Boston Foundation report illustrates with specific data and examples just what's at stake. In Boston alone, the savings would be $41 to $45 million. In Cambridge, $4 million. In Marshfield, at least $450,000. This is real money, especially at a time when communities are being squeezed financially and state aid is in jeopardy. On behalf of Stand for Children members, and education advocates across Massachusetts, we ask you to protect children by empowering cities and towns to reduce health benefits. While we are hopeful that you will be able to preserve level funding for Chapter 70 and local aid in the FY 2011 budget, communities will still face major cuts to essential school and municipal services. During these difficult times, we simply cannot afford to leave $100 million or more in savings on the table. Please act now, deliver real reform that is good for taxpayers, for employees, and for children in schools and citizens in their communities. Standing with you for children. Signed, Robert J. Messeri, Chairman.
Okay,
Okay.
we have a motion?
Yes, we do. Mr. Chairman, I move to support Stand for Children position for local government reform and send letters to our State Senator Bruce Tarr and State Representative Bradley H. Jones, Jr.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
On the motion, discussion, Mr. O'Leary?
Yeah, I'm reluctant to sign on to it at this point in time. Well, I understand the arguments, and I think they're they're somewhat compelling to the point that there are some real dollars to be realized and saved here, but what's being proposed is to have the state provide us with opportunities that we already have if we want to sit down and collectively bargain it with our employees. And again, last year was a prime example of how successful we were. And again, it wasn't easy, but it didn't take that long for our employees to step up to the plate and assist us in realizing a 0% increase in our health insurance budget. But this broad-based proposal has different effects on different municipal employees across the Commonwealth, depending upon what their collective bargaining agreements are. And in one felt swoop, you'd be wiping all of that out. Again, I think it's incumbent upon us as the Board of Selectmen and the administrator, as the one who signs contracts, to do our job at the local level to ensure that the taxpayers' interests are preserved. I don't think that the state should be coming in and preempting our authority, our rights, or the employees, for that matter, at this particular juncture. I think it's important for us at the local level to have a good, strong dialogue with our employees about the cost and the effects of what we're facing here. So I'm not going to be voting in favor of this at this particular time. I think it's too important to preserve our rights as a board, but also the employees' rights to collectively bargain, as they have done in years past, in good faith, the benefits that they currently enjoy. And this is a wholesale change in a benefits package for employees. I think if there's going to be some wholesale changes here, I think it needs to be done at the local level and not be dictated by the state legislature. I think it's patently unfair at this point. And what you're doing is you're balancing the budget on the backs of, what do we have here tonight? What did you say, Greg? Put it in here, 90 on the, what's the benefits package? Number 4. 4, 5. We've got 89 active town employees on the plan here, and 237 school employees. Total 326 active employees, and you're looking to balance, help us balance the budget on the backs of 300 people. The retirees are out of the system and really aren't well represented at all. And this is a wholesale change that's being proposed. And as I started to elaborate earlier, based upon Mr. Yule's comments, is that the legislative leadership's thought process in relation to local communities and local boards of selectmen and aldermen and councilors and mayors and administrators meeting their obligations of negotiating hard and well on behalf of the taxpayers has not necessarily taken place. So I think we should assume the responsibility of doing that, take it on full force, face-to-face, and do it. And again, last year, our employees did step up. It held the community and the taxpayers harmless. It was a major change in their benefits, and we're asking them to do it again this year. I don't think it's unfair to be asking them to do it. I think they're still going to have good and decent coverage. I don't see, and again, being a member of the Group Insurance Commission, being a state employee subject to the Group Insurance Commission, I do not necessarily see that option as being in the best interest of the employees of the town of North Reading, the way that it's currently operating. So that being said, I think in the interest of fairness, in the interest of local control, I think we have the ability, we have the responsibility. Let's step up and meet it. I don't think we need the legislation to do it. It makes it easier, there's no doubt about it, but it just throws everything out the window in relation to collective bargaining rights, rights of the employees, and I think it's unfair for us to be balancing the budget on the backs of so few people.
Mr. Vena.
Chair, thank you, Mr. Chair. I agree with Steve. Steve said it very eloquent, and I do, and I agree with everything he said. I would like to keep it